Alright guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Zosor and I'm back here again with my friend Otis.
Hey guys.
We've been away for a little while because it's summer and we had to do some stuff not related to being behind a computer all the time, so that's what happened. But we're back full force with Arcane episode 5.
Woo!
Yeah. So Otis, any first impressions?
It was the very first episode that when it was done, I was really like, I really want to turn on the next one.
Yeah.
It was a bit, let's be fair, bits. There's a lot of details given, but it was a bit story light. It was very heavy on the pretty visuals and cool scenes.
Yeah.
But I really, really, really got into it. So I hope this momentum will now last until the end. But I really liked it
Nice. Okay,
quite a
cool.
lot.
Cool. Yeah, I've forgotten a lot of this episode actually. Uh, but I really liked it as well, especially because it was more Caitlyn focused. And
Yeah, she's quickly becoming one of the best characters, I have to say.
yeah,
She finally gets more attention, though in the last episode already she did get some, but yeah, I'd agree that that was really the one of the big pluses here.
yeah. And so I guess right at the start we open with Caitlyn when she was still a little bit younger.
Yeah,
Uh, she's training with her gun, and I guess we're just establishing like she's a good shot, right? And she had some
yeah,
kind of relationship with what's her name
Grayson.
again? Grayson. Yeah.
Yeah, because she shares the name with Kelly from the Orville. Is the
Mm.
way I can remember it.
All right.
Yeah, I was watching it. Really cool opening in the snow where we see our blue-headed sniper. We still, I mean, we can infer that it's Caitlyn, though it took, to be honest, it took me a bit.
Oh,
And
really?
shooting some targets. I was like, is this Caitlyn? I'm not 100% sure. Because yeah, the series does play around with time and opening scenes every now and again. So I
Yeah.
was like, I don't know, maybe it's someone else. And I was like, oh, there's an older lady there as well at the end. Would that be Grayson? And then a couple of seconds later, it's established. Yes,
Yeah.
this is Grayson. So like, oh, I'm making a prediction. Oh yeah, it's already confirmed.
Okay.
Yay, I'm right.
Yeah, well, this is the first real Caitlyn we see as League of Legends gamers because she gets the gun and that's her thing.
Ah,
So
okay.
she's a
Yeah,
marksman.
yeah. I think the other reason I didn't realize we were looking at Caitlyn is that Grayson keeps calling her Kiraman.
Ah,
And it's
yeah.
like, who the heck is Kiraman? Is this now another LoL character that I don't know? Because I don't know anything about League of Legends.
No,
So,
that's her house name, right?
uh, could be, yeah. I'm
Yeah,
still a
it
bit
is. It
confused
is.
why she was saying Kiraman. I was like,
That's her house name. Yeah. So
okay,
her
okay.
last name.
I also thought it was funny in this scene, and we get more Grayson character development when she's dead than while she was alive. So,
Maybe she comes back from the dead. Ooh.
ooh, that would be pretty cool though. Zombie Grayson.
Yeah, she would be pretty furious at what's his name? Uh,
Depends who brings her back.
the
Is it
sheriff, right?
Marcus?
Marcus, right? Okay, and then yeah, that's that scene was just establishing, I guess, Caitlyn is a good shot,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then
basically.
we have the scene we've been waiting for since a month. Uh,
Mm.
Caitlyn versus Vi.
Well, versus
In
Caitlyn meets Vi. Let's call it that way.
all right, that's fine too. So yeah, what'd you think?
Yeah, so I like the back and forth. Dialogue could maybe have been a little stronger, but then it was
Yeah,
stronger than most series we tend to watch. So I would give it props still. It was all a bit, a bit cookie cutter, but it got us where we needed to go. Vi knows about Silco.
I
Caitlyn
wonder. Yeah,
gets her on board with the whole photo from Jinx's picture on the ship,
yeah. I wonder if
etc.
she forged the signature that she gave the guy.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I think she had. I could be that she actually got because she used Jace's position to get in, and I vaguely remember her at least talking to Jace in the previous episode. So maybe he gave her some not well defined orders to allow her to go to that prison,
Yeah. Well,
or
since
she used something old of his and indeed a half forgery. I don't know. I know it's a good question. I'd have
well,
to go back and watch the previous episodes
I
to
don't
get
know.
the clue.
I'm not sure actually. Maybe they reveal it or not. I don't remember. But since he seems so controlling at this point,
Mm.
uh,
Well, at the very least, the orders were not for Vice releases, so she at least lied on that perspective.
oh yeah,
Because she really only releases Vi because she starts to realize one, Vi knows about Silco and she's not gonna give it to me unless I get her out. And two, clearly the prison guards here are extremely corrupt and are used to beating up Vi without reason
yeah.
because one of the police officers, whatever they're called in this series again, because one of them is angry or something.
This was also the episode that crushed my hopes and dreams for Chase and Caitlin. But yeah,
To be fair, the way Jace is developing, I'm kind of
true.
not a
He
big Jace fan.
he doesn't deserve Caitlin.
Oh yeah, deserve is a big word. They're not a good match.
Mm, well, he doesn't deserve her. All right. Then we have the intro. So Caitlin gets her out.
Hmm.
We have the intro, which was since I didn't hear it for a while, it was good.
Yeah, I'm slowly getting more and more on board with
Apparently,
it.
the original version is more instrumental and stuff. I heard it on the radio and I heard a difference.
Ah, I'll
It's
have to
not
check that
exactly
one.
like
Yeah,
this.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah. But I have to say, here, yeah, I'm still not 100% on board with it as the intro song
yeah,
for the show, though. Yeah, the lyrics slowly start to make more and more sense. Still, I don't know.
it's also the title of the episode, right? Everybody
Yeah,
wants to be my enemy.
yeah,
It's
and it's
also a
also
pretty short episode, actually. Now that I'm looking at it, uh,
yeah. I didn't
only
look
half
at
an hour.
timestamps, but it felt shorter. But still, pacing was good, and that's to me
Yeah,
key.
it was very
Uh,
good.
the more and more I watch series, the more and more I find issues with pacing, and here it's really well done. So
Yeah,
I don't mind if they play around with duration as long as it works for the rest of the show.
yeah. Then we see Marcus being the
Hmm.
sheriff burying Grayson. Uh,
Yeah, the eulogy. Yeah,
yeah,
but not a lot
I
to be
guess this
said
is
about it. Huh?
now exactly at this point in time because it feels weird that they're just burying her now. Even though I guess it's
Yeah,
only been a couple of days, but it feels like months in a way.
no, it's been years since Grayson died, because Grayson died
Ah, yeah, it was a
when
flashback then. Yeah,
Powder and Vi were still young. Marcus, though, during the eulogy does look like old Marcus and not the
yeah, I
young
was
Marcus from those
confused, I
days.
guess.
So I think it's more like a memorial or something, a remembrance maybe.
Ah, could be.
I was thinking something more along those lines than
Well,
a
maybe
burial.
when we see his daughter again, we can compare her age to this
Mm, good point.
maybe flashback. Uh,
Yeah, good point. Good point. So yeah, though not a lot to be said really about the eulogy.
because it seems like he's remembering her because then all of a sudden he's looking at the statue of Grace and
Yeah, but I think that's more. Yeah, it could be indeed that that's the way they played it. I didn't get that feeling. I'll agree that it would be weird that that was the burial. On the other hand, as well, isn't because in the past episode he wasn't sheriff yet. It would be weird that he, as the junior partner, would be the one giving the eulogy rather than
Yeah,
the
as
sheriff.
well.
So that's why I think it's more like a memorial kind of thing
Well, didn't
than a
he
burial
became
kind of thing.
sheriff immediately after she died? I'm not sure.
No, the implication is that Silco now positioned him to take over the sheriff role, but they're not going to immediately make what is
Hmm.
clearly a junior partner in the early episodes into a sheriff. I mean,
Yeah, maybe we'll
in a
find out.
logical world, at least not so.
Yeah, well, maybe we'll find out. Out.
Yeah,
I hope we
yeah,
do. Um, yeah.
yeah. But yeah, so after the memorial burial, whatever it was, and we get our scene where he's with Silco, I believe, where it's established our attackers were the firelights.
Yeah.
And we learn, Marcus is still corrupt because that was a bit the question I had
Oh, really? Yeah.
after that Vi, that he got her to be quiet. Still very confused why she ended up in jail.
Yeah.
Would like to understand that better. But yeah, Marcus is still corrupt, and we get the clear view slowly that Silco
I,
is the one who got
so,
him to his position.
as I said before, I think he put her in jail so he could kind of get the reward for getting the person who was, and the reward may have been that he became the sheriff.
Yeah,
Uh,
could be, could be. Though I don't get the feeling from this episode that Silco knows that Vi has been imprisoned.
I'm not sure if it's metaphorical, like what he says at the end or not. So yeah, I'm not sure actually.
What does he say at the end?
He says at the end, "Back from the dead," when she's like, "Oh, the girl's
Uh,
back."
yeah, but I really got the feeling in general in this episode that from Silco's perspective, he was not aware that Vi was alive and in jail. So
Yeah,
that's why I'm a bit. So maybe Marcus threw her in jail to make sure she didn't, one, didn't mess up his plans, but two, also didn't die.
yeah.
Maybe a backup plan or
I
something. I,
guess
I don't know.
maybe he's smarter than he looks, and acts, and
But at
talks.
least he's riddled with guilt. That's why he was looking at Grayson's
Hmm.
gravestone. That's why in the episode it also comes up a few times. He's really struggling with the corruption
In a
thing.
way, you
So
could say he just uh, looks up to Grayson a whole lot, and that's also why he's doing the Silco thing, because Grayson did the same with Vander.
maybe,
I
yeah,
mean,
maybe some misguided thing. Yeah, he clearly has issues with what he's doing. So there's a good redemptive arc going. I do hope they resolve it this season. Would be a nice overarching thing.
yeah,
Starting out as this cocky kind of not a fun guy to then the sheriff and riddled with guilt to in the end, having
yeah,
some form of a redemption. Probably die as well if we know our story tropes, but it's not really required.
yeah, who knows?
Mm,
Then we zoom back in on Jace and Victor. Jace
yeah,
being more busy ruling,
yeah,
Victor wanting to research
yeah.
for
Jace is
obvious
really
reasons.
on his ego trip this episode,
Yeah,
and Victor really wants to progress, and we get then um, a bit of view as well that he's dying.
yeah.
They're not saying yet he's dying, but he starts coughing.
When you
He
start
has
coughing blood, then yeah, you
the
could say
bloody nose and
you're dying.
everything. The weird vision he suddenly has. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, if he's not dying, it's at least
It
he's
made me think
seriously
of
ill.
Star Wars: The Tower. You know the where they drop Luke, or I don't
Ah,
know Star
yeah,
Wars that well.
Cloud City, yeah, yeah, where he's hanging and Darth Vader does the reveal, and then he prefers to drop himself rather than join his father.
Yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Who
yeah. Now
knows?
that you
Maybe
say it,
we'll get
maybe
a
a bit,
similar
yeah.
scene. No spoilers. Okay. Then he's ordering Marcus to investigate a specific thing, which is scaring Marcus, most likely.
Yeah, because Marcus comes in and he starts talking to Jace a bit about corruption and mainly the theft, and positioning that it's the Firelights who are the bad guys, and Jace says, "Oh, I want to end corruption,"
Oh yeah,
and
the
that's
firelights, right? Yes,
yeah, and
they're gonna try
yeah,
and blame them. Yeah.
and Marcus isn't a fan of investigating corruption because he is corrupt.
Yes. Well, then we have the Jinx scene where she's trying to figure out. I really like
The
the animation
room.
on Jinx. I really like seeing
Hmm.
the character just because it's a beautiful animation wise.
Yeah, they do some very cool things with her face and the way
Yeah,
it's just slightly overstated, but not too much. It's very well done. I would agree. I think out of all the characters, hers is the one where they play around with it the most,
yeah,
which also works from a team perspective as she's slowly going insane. So
indeed.
yeah, no, yeah, no, that's a good point.
So she
But
has
yeah,
flashbacks, I guess.
yeah, she indeed has quite a lot of flashbacks this episode.
Yeah,
She's still, yeah, riddled with guilt over accidentally getting her childhood friends killed and potentially her sister as well, because I don't think she realizes her sister's still alive, and she's still angry at her sister for one comment in all of
well,
the years of her life.
I
It's
think
like,
she must know that her sister's still alive because not that she must know, but she must suspect because she didn't see her die. And in her eyes, Vi would probably be able to get out.
yeah, maybe, but
So,
she has a huge sister complex
yeah, of
this
course,
episode,
of course.
and it's all again. It would have been I mean, we got one scene where, in previous episode, one scene where Vi echoes the lockpicking kid's comments, which could be misconstrued as her giving a
That
bad
she's a
comment about her
jinx.
sister. Yeah, that she's a jinx, a bit there. No, no, not yet. Earlier, where that guy is complaining to her,
Oh
and
yeah,
then
yeah, yeah, like yeah, the scene where she hears only a part of the
yeah, and then she walks away
conversation.
before Vi makes it
Yeah,
clear that she doesn't mean it. And then we have the angry comment when the friends die, and I kind of agree it's traumatic experience and everything, but still, Jinx is very well. She's not Jinx yet. She becomes Jinx this episode, but she's very quick in dropping her sister like a bad habit. So yeah,
yeah. I
Jinx is
do
clearly the
suspect.
bad sister.
I mean, Silco has his reasons and all that. So you could say you could kind of justify all of what he's doing, maybe in terms of the independence of Undercity and even the drugs, magic drugs, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah, no,
But I
Silco
think
makes
he,
some sick kind of sense, but
I,
I
I
still
think he
feel
did a number on Jinx though, like when she was so little, and then. So I think
probably.
that is
Yeah.
like his probably his worst crime, in my opinion. I'm not sure this is
Mm.
actually what happened.
Yeah, but it's a bit. It's my general issue with multiple animation shows is the time jump is always a tricky thing because there's character development and things that happen in a time jump because otherwise it doesn't make sense to do a time jump.
Hmm.
But because we don't see it, we're kind of struggling. It's a bit a cheap trick in a way not to have to show you character
Yeah,
development. You have an idea of where you want to go, you know where you are, you aren't too sure how you're gonna get there, so you just jump in time and you're there. And
yeah,
and then later on flashbacks every now and again for
yeah.
key moments is
Well,
something they sometimes do, but that's also a bit
yeah.
cheap.
Maybe they will do more flashbacks in the second season, which, by the way, I have looked it up, is confirmed to not drop in 2022. That's all
Ah,
we
okay.
know. So
Yeah.
at least 2023, they want to. They said they're taking their time. They're also saying,
Yeah.
"Oh, we're doing kind of the episodes in triplets."
Mhm.
Like because they said they like working in triplets story-wise.
Mhm.
So I guess when they have three triplets, they're gonna publish it. I
Yeah.
hope.
Yeah, and I know Netflix is currently reviewing what they're still gonna pay for series and what they're dropping. Some good stuff that was dropped, unfortunately. There's some bad stuff that still gets made, but
Yeah,
the
but I wouldn't
algorithm will
worry
say
about
that it's
if
interesting.
not with Netflix, then somewhere else because Riot has a lot of money and they are clearly
Yeah,
using
but
this for
yeah,
another bigger reason, even this
yeah, but you
show.
don't know exactly, with regards to rights and who holds what and those kind of things. We don't know.
I
So
would have hoped Riot would have been smart enough to keep the rights on the characters and whatever,
yeah,
so,
probably, but I don't know what parts Netflix owns.
yeah, well,
And that's always a bit the question in these kind of discussions.
yeah. Well, let's not worry about that, I guess, for now. So, early 2023, maybe at the earliest, which is a bit disappointing. But I guess it means we'll have enough time to do the whole first season uh, on our own pace.
All right. So
Uh,
yeah, we've got yeah, our Jinx scene. She's still a little guilt, and then we get our next Caitlyn and Vice scene, the parkour scene,
yeah,
which I
that's when
did
I
like.
that's when I really want to start up League of Legends and play a game of Vi. I play with her sometimes. She's really fun,
Mm,
and because of the reason that you saw, she's like, can jump here, be super insanely fast, and get in someone's face, destroy them completely, and then get out.
mm,
It's awesome.
hmm And
Caitlyn is
Caitlyn
not
is
that
very
mobile.
careful, but I didn't get the feeling that Vi was down so much earlier than Caitlyn, even though, Caitlyn really took her time and Vi just jumped a lot of things down.
Well, didn't you see the little old guy passing?
I
No.
don't remember, so I
So
don't
you
think
would
so.
have remembered it. So at the start of the scene when Vi jumps down the hatch, you see like an old guy passing by, and then at the point exactly when Caitlyn drops, the old guy is passing by there as well. So implying that the old guy did all of this, all only walking very,
Hmm.
very slow. So implying that she was very, very slow, Caitlyn at least.
Okay. All
Uh,
right. Yeah, that
yeah,
was the only thing I didn't get a feel of, but then I missed the old guys, so
yeah, I guess that
context
was her
clues are
way to.
everything. And the only thing of note is, yeah, Vi steals some clothes.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I would have been scared in her place when someone saw me with pink hair. It's dangerous. I would have dyed it black if I was her.
Yeah.
Something.
Is that pink?
Isn't her hair? Her hair's pink. Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Ah,
Yeah,
yeah.
for me
You
it's
have
always been a
color
bit of a
blindness, right?
well, blind's a big word, but to me it's always been a bit of soft orangey thing.
Soft orange. Yeah. No. Well, it's dark pink. Uh,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, it's more orange red than pink to me, but again, colors aren't my
And the
strongest
shirt,
point.
the shirt is red, real red.
Oh,
The
I'd
that
have
she
to rewatch it
steals,
to get a view
that
of
she
that.
steals. Yeah. Well, anyway, so Caitlyn drops. They explore the Undercity a little bit, but
Mhm.
first we go to
We get Victor philosophizing about magic.
yeah.
Probably my favorite scene in the episode.
Oh, really?
Even more than the parkour scene. Yeah, I like that kind of thing
You
where people.
identify with Victor?
Maybe a bit, but it's really it's I like that kind of thing is where people share a bit their personal philosophy about a certain thing, and in this case magic, which in real life doesn't exist, but still
Oh,
it's fun
doesn't it?
to think about, and
Okay.
I don't think so, but it's fun to think about, and it's fun to get the character's view because kind of defines a bit
Yeah. He
their
clearly
motivations.
wants to be an all-powerful or whatever Gandalf
Mm,
kind of thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I like his personal philosophy on magic a lot more than about Heimerdinger and his thoughts about science. So I was
Yeah,
like, okay, Victor, I'm still on board.
yeah, yeah, of course. me too. Me too. I like him. Um, so and then we jump to Vi and Caitlin again. Just checking out the Undercity. Uh,
Yeah.
like learning each other's personalities, kinda
Eating street food.
falling in love, one might say. No, and then she gets some information from some guy who serves the food. We don't get revealed what this information is, unfortunately, because I really want to know what it said.
Mhm.
It was just
Well,
some symbol, I guess.
right. Isn't it a clue then for the continuation of their investigation a bit? Isn't that
Yeah, of course, but
the
it doesn't really
implication?
say anything.
Yeah,
Um,
no, indeed, but it worked well enough, and it was a good way to tell a bit of joke and to give some flavor to the Undercity because
yeah,
again, pre-time skip, that's the one thing I didn't really get was a good feel for the Undercity.
yeah. And it means she still has at least some friends who won't
Yep.
immediately rat her out, hopefully.
Yeah, but then she's Vander's chosen successor.
Yeah, I guess. Uh, that's what they're all hoping, maybe. Um, and then we jump to the opera. Or, no, it's not an opera, it's just like an opera house.
Yeah, it's some opera house theater with Jason Medarda, where there's the discussion about corruption, and then we see everybody is corrupt except perhaps Heimerdinger, because he's the only one not making weird deals. He's just enjoying the show.
Yes, and you hate the only
Yeah,
good
it's
person.
funny. It really it was like, okay, slowly they're trying to redeem Heimerdinger. The problem is he had such a bad introduction that it's taking a while to get me on board.
Yeah,
But yeah, I did think that was funny. But yeah, everybody's corrupt, very clearly.
I'm
And yeah,
disappointed in Jace
well, but
for,
it's kind of a good arc for him to start from a bit a naive idealist
of
who,
course, yes, of course, but still,
mm, and he's also thinking more, with the little guy than using his brain
still,
in this episode.
I wouldn't have thunk that he would have become a dictator.
Well, yeah, you do crazy things for a beautiful woman, I guess.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, so he's yeah, cozies up a little with the rich people.
Hmm.
Then we cut to Vi. No, Jinx.
No, Jinx in the old hangout where she has some audio flashbacks, and then she kills a crow,
Yeah,
starts up the old boxing robot, and then she's having flashbacks while fighting the boxing robot of Vi fighting
yeah.
the boxing robot, and then she has a score that's lower than Vi's high score, so she shoots the robot. The whole scene really just to again establish she's having guilt,
Mm-hmm.
and she has a very huge complex about her sister.
Yeah. And apparently she's suddenly also very good at dodging uh, yeah, fists in a
Because
fight.
she's working on memory on how Vi used to move.
Or maybe Vander is her dad, her real dad, and it's just all genetic.
Yeah, that's not genetic.
Might be.
Yeah, no.
Who knows? We
No,
cannot
sorry,
know.
no. No. I'll agree that it's maybe magic.
You're still on the drug theory. We haven't seen any evidence she's actually on the stuff. What's it
Yeah,
called
no, but
again?
she's I don't know, she's clearly close in contact with it, always around it. Who knows if those particles are in the air in the labs where
Hmm.
she works. So I think her insanity is more than just the guilt. There's she had a
True,
bit of
but
it
might
as a
it
small
be?
child, so there is an indication that it might be something that she has since very young, never diagnosed, never treated, and that maybe as she gets older it gets worse, and then with the guilt it only got worse. But I think maybe there's at least some kind of drug involved
Yeah.
because she's
Or
very
might it
bad.
just be that they didn't, and that's the one thing they didn't do well to me still. They just didn't establish well enough that she was indeed like a little bit ticked off in a way
How do you mean?
before.
That she was already crazy when she was young, or?
Yeah, that she already was, yeah, crazy.
Yeah. There's like some minor context clues for it when she was young, but nothing really that stood out that you could say, oh, there's something really wrong with this kid.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they tried either they tried to play it too subtle, or they forgot to give us those early indications,
yeah.
or it's drugs. Who knows?
Who knows? Well, we'll find out. I hope. Maybe. Maybe not. Anyway, we switch back between Caitlyn and Jace the whole
Yeah,
time. And
yeah. We've got our Vi and Caitlyn are having a bit of a stakeout, but really the more interesting thing that happens now is Jace is getting a bit scared because everybody's corrupt. But Medarda's kind of supportive, though not really. And then we get our introduction of one of the senators who comes in. Medarda starts to play the political game, and Jace suddenly says, "Fuck it, I'll play along." And he introduces the concept of hex tech partners. So
yeah.
basically, everybody except Heimerdinger becomes a hex tech partner, and basically, yeah, he's into the corruption.
Oh, you
So
think everyone is suddenly a Hextech partner?
you see him shake hands with everybody except Heimerdinger. So I
Yeah.
think the implication to me, and I
Ah,
might have
okay.
misunderstood, but to me
I
it
don't
was
know.
like, okay, everybody becomes. That's the way he gets their support back.
Well,
Is by
to be honest, if I was what's her name, the old lady? I don't know.
I don't know.
But if I was the first investor and
Mhm.
I'm like getting 10% or 20%, I don't know how much, and
Mhm.
then all of a sudden, behind my back, he goes and gets all of the other council, also makes them an investor, then my power has just diminished over them again. So I wouldn't feel like that great with
Yeah,
this arrangement.
but on a global scale, and Hextech is a global thing. It's how they put their city on the map, and we know they use it to
It's
travel
true.
now over the world. On a global scale, you're suddenly a player, where before you weren't the player. You were just lucky to be on the council of that city, and now you're part of the whole Hextech story. So
True.
you're still winning. So I don't know. I got the implication that he's partnering up with everybody except for Heimerdinger.
And Medarda, does she get a share?
I assume she has
She got some between the sheets.
yeah, and I think she has a bigger ambitions with the Hextech and Jace than just being a business partner.
Okay, okay. Doesn't hurt, though.
Yeah, no, but if she becomes part of that family, then yeah, she's part of the
Oh,
founder
like
clan.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's a gold digger then.
Well, she's at least an opportunist who, before the time skip, already was starting to groom Jace for her ambitions. Huh?
Yeah, I guess.
He's her long-term investment. Huh?
I guess. Then we skip to the whorehouse.
I've got it written down as House of Sin.
House of Sin. Oh,
Yeah, so that's
Otis.
what I got as that was
Sex
the
is not a
clue.
sin.
But
Yeah,
it's yeah, but it's more than sex there.
true,
It's
true.
every vice. So I think House of Sin is not a
House of
bad
Vice would have been
description.
good.
Or House of Vice, yeah.
All right,
Um, but yeah, that's a bit where I think that's what the clue from the street vendor was,
I
and
guess.
Vibe basically creates a distraction for Caitlyn and then goes straight to the madame of the building to have her conversation.
Yeah. Are they establishing that Caitlyn is lesbian?
No, I think they're establishing that Caitlyn can really play the role of the socialite well. That once she
Yeah.
finds the comfort zone, she actually can play the game. So because it starts out that she's, a bit intimidated. She's also a rich girl who's suddenly, in the lowest of lower areas of her city in a house of ice where she's clearly never been before in her life, doesn't know what to do. And then after the whole discussion with the madame, when we then see Vi come back, we see, oh, Caitlin can adapt to the situation. She can socialize with anyone. So
Yeah.
it's not necessarily establishing she's a lesbian because she's also just sitting in a couch opposite of the prostitute and having a conversation and a laugh. So
Yeah.
maybe a bit flirty, but we don't know. But there's nothing, nothing to indicate that there's more going
She
on
does
there.
seem to enjoy herself, though.
Yeah, but having a drink and a good conversation, anyone can enjoy that. And
It's true.
just because we get together, sit in a couch, drink a beer, and watch a movie doesn't mean that we're lovers in any way.
Okay. Yeah. Good point. Uh, in between, we have some Silco and Marcus,
Yep.
who are
Where,
Silco's
yeah,
manipulating him to get the Firebirds, Firelights.
yeah, it's here's the fake evidence you need to use. It's a grenade. I did like the dream sequence. I was pretty from the get-go. I was like, no, they're not going this route. But somewhere deep inside, I was really hoping they were gonna go that way because the story would be completely confusing then, and I
Wait, wait,
would have
wait! I missed
absolutely
this.
no idea where we're going.
Which dream?
Well, when he gets the grenade,
Yeah.
he pulls the pin and blows up Silco.
Ah, yeah, yeah, yeah,
And it's a dream sequence, it's a
yeah.
daydream. He's
Yeah, I
not
was
really
hoping it
blowing
was.
up. But I was really sitting there like, you know what? It's not epically brought out to image. It's very to the point. But wouldn't it be cool if this actually happened? Because
Yeah,
I have no idea where the story was gonna go then. But that's actually exciting.
yeah, that would be cool. Because I was like, huh, I don't remember this. But then, oh yeah, right. It's fake. Okay.
And then when Marcus is gone, we get to reveal that Silco big ambition for Jinx is that she develops her own version of Hextech,
Mhm.
and she has her conversations. Her conversation about the flashbacks,
Yeah.
where you know, we don't know,
Yeah.
but
Uh,
it's like okay, there's a bigger plan happening here, and he needs her insanity in order to be able to actually interpret the magical runes.
mhm.
Because yeah, magic doesn't make sense. So it's actually a good idea that the people who are very good at it are the people who are insane. Because we see Victor slowly going insane and obsessive, and we see Jinx going insane and become obsessive. And they are at this point in the series the two people who best understand the rune system.
I guess. Well, Jace understands it.
Yeah, but Jace is also becoming obsessive and slowly
Insane. Maybe.
insane. Yeah, and in a way, it's at least he's making decisions that a sane moral mind wouldn't make. So
Not sure about that. If I was in
moral,
his position, as you said, he might have felt threatened a bit by the political system and kind of felt like he needed to have some friends.
mm.
Especially as my daughter put it, oh, you just made yourself an enemy of
Yeah,
everyone.
yeah, indeed, he's the least insane one. But then at this point, we don't really see Jace really developing anything anymore. He's really the figurehead by now, and he's making the
That's
big
true. That's true.
speeches
Well,
and
that's the point of this episode,
coasting
I think.
on his initial discoveries. But Victor is the one actively working on the new discoveries.
Yeah,
So maybe Jace is just not insane enough.
yeah. Then
I
we
don't
have Vi and the older, experienced lady,
Yeah,
I
so
guess.
that's a discussion where she's asking, do you know something about
Give me
powder?
information,
Mm,
and all she comes up with, or I think, I think she knows, but all she is able to get out is, um, yeah, her his right hand girl,
Mm.
Silka's right hand girl, the location, or at least someone who knows where she is.
Yeah, I think just the old lady wanted to save Vi the heartache for just that little bit longer. I think that at least that's a bit the feeling I got out of that
Yeah, yeah,
conversation.
me too. Okay, then we cut to Jace again with Medarda, and here we have the heartbreaking scene, at least for me, when he kisses Medarda back. All
Oh, I
hopes
kind of
and
figured that
dreams.
very early on in the series that we were gonna go down that road, so
Really?
wasn't.
I didn't
Yeah,
expect it at all.
because Medarda clearly had a plan for Jace, and that's only, she's only been trying to make her investment in him stronger.
You think
And
there's
also in the
no
previous
love,
episode,
nothing?
no, I don't know if from his side probably. From her side, I think she's mainly driven by cold
Greed?
calculation. She really sees it as her investment is now paying off, and I think physically she's attracted to him.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. At least I have got no indication in all of these episodes that emotionally
Yeah,
she's actually invested in Jace. I think
true.
it's more, yeah, upper echelon rich people.
I think Jace, I can understand him a little bit. I think he kissed her bad. He kissed her back not because he really liked her or anything like that, but he's like, oh, I gotta play along. I don't know what to do.
I know. I really get the feeling that he's buying into the whole thing. That he's not
Yeah,
realizing that he's being played, and he's feeling gratitude towards her because she's showing him the ropes on the political arena. She's been helping him ever since the trial. So I think he has a bit of a crush, and she's, using that crush.
I think we can say that this episode is the love interest episode because immediately after the or during this scene, we see
Mm.
Victor as well with his assistant or student.
Yeah, I've got it down as his aide, and she clearly wants to date, but he's not going in on it. He
He
wants to
doesn't
continue work,
realize.
and then, well, I don't know if it's not realizing. I think it's more he realizes his health is getting
Yeah, I
worse and worse
guess.
and worse, and he can't afford the time for the distraction. And I think he sees it as a distraction.
Yes,
I think that's where his mind is at the moment.
true.
And
Well,
yeah, we've got we're alternating now between the sex scene with Jason Medarda while Victor is doing his thing, his research.
yeah,
And I think visually this was a very well done sequence. I
yeah,
really thought it was like, yeah, if you're gonna introduce sex in an animated series, you could do a lot worse than in the way they visualized it here. I really thought they did, from
true.
an artistic perspective, they
It
did a
was a
very
little
good
bit
job.
weird that they kind of synchronized the entrance of Chase into Medarda together with the entrance of the blood into the magical vessel. I don't know.
I don't know. I thought that was actually pretty cool. And I don't know. Visually, I really thought that was a stunning scene. It was a
Yeah,
very well done
it was
sequence.
good. It was good. I guess they might have struggled a bit on how to do this because I never seen. Well, that's maybe just me. Never seen animated series go that down to earth. Let's say, but that might be just me.
We're really paying attention to our phrasing at the moment.
Well, I just like to use metaphors.
Yeah, but overall, again, visually very well done. It was like, with the music and everything in there as well. Really, if nothing else, this scene made. No, there's a better scene coming up, but this, without that other scene, this would be the reason to check out this episode.
Yeah, I guess. Um, so after the whole sequence, We have Vi again with Silco doing
No, Jinx and Silco.
Jinx and Silco. What the hell? um, I guess they look alike, which isn't true, but maybe they do somehow. Anyway, seems like a weekly trip they do, Jinx and Silco, because Jinx is like, yeah, I heard this all before, bro, about the treason and everything.
Yeah, let a weak man drown and a new one be born.
Yeah, so is he actually like waterboarding her now, or because I didn't
Uh,
really get what he was doing?
he's drowning her. Metaphorically, what's happening is it's a baptizement. It's wash away the sins of the previous life and let yourself be reborn. The whole thing.
Yeah, I
You're a
guess. Yeah,
Christian, you know these kind of things.
I guess it didn't click
Um,
for me. Yeah.
yeah, no, this was the scene really, and I mentioned it's either on one of our previous episodes or offline before, but to me, parts of this show feel a lot more Bioshock Infinite than League of Legends. And in the past, it was mainly the
Yeah.
visual style. This baptizing scene really triggered for me again the Bioshock Infinite vibe. And the story is slightly different and everything, but that game does have a whole theme with baptizing someone and letting them be reborn,
Yeah.
and also because I really don't see beyond the character names and the models, I really don't see the tie to the League of Legends game from
Yeah,
what I've
me neither.
seen
Me
you
neither.
play. And I'm kind of a bit like, yeah, sometimes it feels like they're borrowing more from other steampunky
Well,
stuff.
I would say everything in the universe, like
Yeah, no,
the
yeah, that's the
weapons and the powers and the magic, is in the game, but the atmosphere is completely different.
yeah. Plus the Hextech gates and things like that also look different in the game.
Yeah, of
So,
course, but I mean, just how it's like. Also, the Hexag gates weren't actually in the game before Arcane, so.
okay.
But just the weapons and the naming and
Mm,
the world and the characters to a certain degree,
mm-hmm,
their backstory was is already mostly established. So I guess they can't go too much away from those things. But other than that, the atmosphere is not League of Legends at all.
mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a bit. It feels different. So I don't mind that because again, I don't really have a League of Legends thing, but I think this scene to me really triggered a bit more of a Bioshock vibe,
Hmm.
specifically than Infinite, because yeah, one and two are also different in vibe and tone. But
Yeah,
yeah, that said, it's a good scene, and it's really the idea is okay. Powder needs to let go of everything that makes her Powder and really embrace everything that makes her Jinx.
yeah,
Really
I
to
guess.
break the ties and let go of the guilt and just go full on crazy. Because yeah, Silco needs her to be full on crazy to understand the whole rune thing. So it
I
works.
guess. I guess. Then we
And then
have
we
a
get
cool scene.
the coolest scene of the show so far. I was a big fan. It works way better than the opening sequence itself.
Yeah,
So it's again our everyone is my enemy or my enemy. What's the
yeah.
song called? So it's again that it's the music video. We see the music video and it's
Is
a
it?
very well done. Yeah, we even got some. I believe so because there are some characters who are clearly the
Yeah,
band
yeah. I would have
themselves
imagined
and
that
everything.
they displayed the band,
Yeah. So
but
I was
I
looking at it.
did
I'm
never
like,
saw the music video actually. So.
well, I'm gonna look it up. But if it isn't, it's a shame because this is a very good music video,
Yeah,
and it's yeah, I don't know, it's
true.
very well done. And there's we get some key scenes of what happened the consequence of what happens before. They find Silco's second. We've got Marcus thinking about the grenade, thinking about his daughter.
Yeah.
Medarda wakes up alone because Jace is at Victor and Victor is dying.
Hmm.
But it was very very cool, and the song worked better with these visuals
True. I think they made a
than
mistake on the opening song.
yeah. Because I think also in the opening song itself, it might have worked better if we got visuals, something more than what they're using.
Yeah.
Because the visuals in our opening song, the way they show there, would work better with a softer, slower song.
I guess they were very afraid, the makers of the show, to only attract League of Legends fans. So I guess they wanted a broader public so bad.
Mm,
They wanted a really iconic, like well-known opening song and sequence.
mm.
And that's why they went with like a pop song and not like a fantasy kind of song, which would have probably worked better.
Yeah, but even disconnected from that, I think you can still do it with the pop song, but not with the visuals they give us in the opening, because the visuals don't match the song. They
Okay,
don't. The visuals are very much visuals for a slower, different kind of song
I
than
guess.
what they're playing over it, and that's really noticeable here because we get the exact same song, different visuals, and it works 1,000 times better
True.
because there's energy in the visuals here, where in the opening credits it's a bit more visually, it's a bit more yeah, subdued is maybe the wrong way, but more grays and muted, not a lot of color, not a lot
True.
of movement. So it implies everything for a slower song.
Yeah. Then we have the fight scene,
And then we
which
have the
is
fight scene.
very good fight
Our
scene.
song gets interrupted by our. I still call her the second because I keep forgetting that character's name.
Me too.
And now she has a robot arm.
Yeah, and a really cool fight scene.
Yeah,
I really
yeah,
enjoyed seeing her get beat up.
yeah. A lot of visual effects going on. It's very impressive. Very well sequenced. Really works.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
so no one wins. Caitlyn gets in between of them, and she gets away. Whoever,
Mm.
whatever her name is. But we've gotten to know the power a bit of the. I forgot the name of the. Well,
The
anyway,
potion.
Silco's invention.
Yeah. Oh no, it's been too long. I just now call it a potion.
Yeah, well, it's fine. We'll know it by next time,
Yeah,
hopefully.
continue. I might think of it in the meantime.
Yeah. Well, so anyway, Caitlyn intervenes and Vi kind of
Was it
thanks
something
her.
like?
Not
Sorry,
really.
wasn't it something like Shimmer or so?
Shimmer.
Was it?
That's
Is
what
it
it
Shimmer?
was.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
So we learn to know what Shimmer does. Kind of. Caitlyn saves
Super.
her, and they are really starting their romantic adventure now.
Yeah,
No,
I still don't believe
no.
you, but it would be cool in a way. I wouldn't mind. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, I kind of forgot whatever happened. um, and then we have Jinx
Yeah,
figuring out the
yeah.
thing.
We see post-baptism Jinx, and she's really working like crazy. She's making good progress. It's clear that letting go of the past and embracing her insanity
But
is
the world will not allow Silco this pressure.
both pleasure, treasure.
Yeah, I guess. Because Vi is back. And apparently he thought she was dead or he was using a metaphor. We will
Yeah,
see
because
in
no,
the
I
next
think
episode.
he really didn't realize because the eight says the sister, she's back, and then his response from the dead. And like, okay, I really think he didn't realize Vi was still alive, and that's why I'm kind of thinking Marcus
Might
pulled a
have
fast
told
one and
him.
never said that he captured Vi and just let the implication settle in. Vi was never found of. Yeah, she's dead. Because I think Silco does realize that if Vi was alive and free, she would have shown up by now.
Yeah, yeah, of
So
course. But
So I think for him
I
it's a
guess yeah,
logical
he
assumption.
must have assumed she was
Yeah,
either
and
dead or he must have known that she was in the prison, or assumed her to be dead.
mm, and I was like, okay, this is indeed the very first time that I'm thinking, oh, I immediately would like to
Yeah,
put on the next episode, but I didn't.
no, you're not allowed to. From me. Now, okay. Any closing thoughts?
Uh, Not really. I think we discussed everything relevant. Really,
Yeah,
I'm on board for the next one. How
yeah.
many do we sub? I think there are 9 in total. Eh?
Any predictions you think Vi and Jinx will reconcile?
Well, based on the opening credits, Grace shots we see, she's gonna have to fight her at least once. Um, Before the baptisement, I would have immediately said yes on the reconciliation. Now it's gonna depend on how far they wanna
Are
take
you
this.
religious, Otis? Because I thought the
Oh, fuck no.
baptism was just I didn't even see it that way. And if that would be like, oh, this is no going back from going underwater for 5 seconds, that's kind of cheap.
Have you? Yeah, but I mean, I'm talking about baptism in movies in the way I don't know which of those American churches that do it with the older people who all are in the white robes in the river. You know, like in Oh Brother Where Art Thou, there's a scene like that, and there's multiple movies play around with it.
Yeah,
Um, it's the theme of it's a representation of rebirth, of becoming a new man, of
yeah,
really dropping everything you were before and assuming a new identity free of sin of the past. So it really depends on how much these artists want to play around with that.
yeah.
I
Wow.
and also knowing now that there's gonna be a second season, I'm not comfortable predicting that by the end of this season we'll have a reconciliation. Also depends a bit on how much they want to echo the Vander Silko story, because they started out more or less as brothers, but at the end they were mortal enemies
Yeah,
and things like that. So I don't know. I mean, they can still play with it, but the way Jinx is now and what we see now, there's not really anything there for
to go back
a
to
redemption. But they still have 3 episodes. So if on the next episode they
4.
start next, oh sorry, 4 episodes. If they start planting the seeds now for a
Yeah.
redemption, it might still work. But we already have a redemption
Well,
story ongoing with Marcus.
well,
So I don't
we'll
know.
have to see.
Yeah, I don't know.
I just saw on Netflix that they now also have a Dota show. I guess every game needs a show now. Uh,
And
maybe we
it's
should
all
make that
game.
the theme of this channel and just watch every show game show. No, game show is not show about the game. No,
Um,
something to think about. Who knows?
Something to think about. But could the next game then be a game I also like
Of
playing?
course. And now cue all of the comments we're gonna get from oh to this show, oh to this show.
There's a new Resident Evil show on Netflix.
I would have to play the game. I've never played Resident Evil
But I
actually.
played Resident Evil 4, 5, and 6, and
I should
the
play
remake of
Resident
1,
Evil.
the remaster thing. I don't know if it's your thing. I don't know if it's your thing.
Probably not, but since they're such a big name, I should probably play them.
Yeah, but the Resident Evil show, I've seen like the first 20 minutes or so of the first episode. It's
Bad or
well, first 20 minutes aren't all that bad. I quit at a moment that to me I would turn off the kind of show if I'm, just watching for myself. Take that as you want. But I think I will continue it at some point in the future.
yeah,
Started out better than the movies at least. But yeah, it doesn't seem to be. I mean, Raccoon City is mentioned, and it's clearly still tied to Umbrella. I heard that Wesker's coming
Yeah.
back, though they reinvented him. But for
Okay.
the rest, it's all different characters. You can consider it a bit as a reimagining, soft reboot kind of thing, from what I understand and saw. So I don't think you really need the games to fall. Probably for the references, they make more sense, but I don't
Okay.
know. I don't think it's absolutely required. So that's a game TV show thing that's out. That's
Yeah.
new.
Well, who knows? Maybe we'll get our third comment or second comment on this video,
Mhm.
um, and some guiding light on what to do
Yeah.
next.
And we'll pay more attention to people who also like and subscribe based on this video. So like, subscribe, leave your comment,
Of course, we
mention that you
cannot.
liked and subscribed, and you will even get preferential treatment in your opinion.
I don't think we can actually differentiate who's subscribed and who's not. But sure, yes, do all these things. And then I guess we'll see you or hear you. No, we won't. You do these things to us next episode. Bye bye.
Take care, everyone. Bye.